Men need to treat the mothers of their children with the same type of reverence that they do the women they're with currently.
No, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm saying
never
a
mind.
woman.
No
I'm
clip.
saying a woman that they plan to make a mother out of. I think we need to plan ahead and be more delicate with those women.
Oh, fair.
What they're gonna have to go through for us.
All right.
I don't think we do that. I think what we're doing is just shooting up and just wiping the tip off and just walking away, not knowing that she got to go through psychological, biological changes and shit, and she's not really cared for like other races of women. So I think we got to take into account. And that's why I said, man, look, treat your woman like, if she gonna lay on that table and push out them babies for you, man, treat her like a queen, bro. And I think if more black men did that with black women, we wouldn't be so up in arms against each other.
Just look at a man's first baby mama and then his subsequent baby mamas. The first one is always the ugly one, or excuse me, is the ugliest of them. If it's going to be more than one. That's why you end up on child support so fast, because you get with the second one who's prettier and the ugly one puts you on child support because she's mad.
I ain't gonna say nothing on that. I'm gonna let you have that.
Mom have seen the show. This not. And the crazy thing is, all mom, you saying both mine look good, so I'm
the exception too.
The second one, there's definitely a difference.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm be honest with you. I'm an exception too. I got the woman I wanted, but I think if most men hit $1 million overnight, I would say 9 out of 10 men would probably file for divorce and go get the woman they want.
Facts. I would say 9.9%. I think it would be 1 for every 100 niggas. It wouldn't. I got a bag now and I got some muscles. Yeah, let me go.
Yeah, they either divorce or get a side chick. They'll go fuck the woman they want on the side.
No, they gonna leave her, because you know how hard it is going back to a woman that you don't like, and you gotta leave your side chick house that does everything for you, and you got to go back home. That'll turn a 15-minute drive into 6 hours.
You're supposed to keep that to yourself. You breaking code now.
Who's breaking code, nigga? I'm honest. What the fuck we talking about? That turns a long drive.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think is more sustainable long term? Contentment or happiness?
I think whichever ones you want your partner to have is what's going to be the longest that you can sustain.
I don't think most people understand what happiness is. I think people think happiness is simply just moments of joy. But I think that I think real happiness is more of a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not looking for prosperous.
I don't think y'all answer her question.
I think the word we should use is joyful. I think we could be joyful, because just because I'm going through something and somebody passes, I'm very joyful in my relationship. And so, like, I'm always in a happy mood, right? So this is why you always see my 32 teeth when you see me. Even if something happens, drastic, somebody passes away, I can be sad in the moment, but that doesn't mean that I'm a sad person. So most of the days that I'm moving in a very joyful way and peaceful way as well. So I think joyful in a relationship is probably a little bit better than happy, because happy moves.
I don't think that was
prosperity. I missed it, and I apologize. Damn, my bad.
No, just the question
right now.
I said, which do you think is?
I answered it, to be fair.
Is sustainable long term? Which is more sustainable long term, contentment or happiness?
I agree with Willie.
Oh shit, I must be wrong.
It's hard to ask that question.
Because he said it's whatever you want your partner to be is what it's gonna be. Whatever you want to sustain is what's gonna be sustained.
Well, that's not an answer though.
Yeah,
I'll give you an answer. I'll say contentment.
Okay.
That's actually how you answer. Some people, when they get they make me wonder how they did in school, because I think in school you had multiple choices. You didn't get to do what people just did on this panel. You had to pick one of the motherfuckers.
If you went to public school, you had multiple choices. In private school, they made us you had to actually give a word and explain the word. So multiple choice tests are for dummies. Well,
why contentment, Darwin? Why you say contentment?
I mean, it's a really good question. I really didn't put too much thought in it. A little bit of thought in it, but I think happiness goes up and down. It fluctuates. things that make you happy today. I think this sensitivity is a key factor that causes happiness not to last for so long. You can be desensitized, and that goes away. And then you need another hit. You need something stronger. You need something different. I think contentment will last long. I mean, it works. It's consistent. You get what I'm saying? So it's nothing that's gonna change over time. So
contentment is like the baseline.
That's exactly what I said. Y'all tripping.
No, that ain't what you said, nigga. You start talking about make a joyful noise and shit. Like you was on some church Bible verse time, Sharon. But it seemed like contentment is just the baseline. Like that's the bare minimum. Like this is what it takes for me to stay here. If I'm not content, I'm not staying. Like,
but that's the thing with happiness,
surviving and thriving in a relationship. Like you know what I'm saying, you
with
can survive
as well.
Yeah,
with happiness, I think is the peak of contentment, but it never stays there. Like what?
Yeah, it never stays there because we don't do what it takes to keep our partners there. And I think that if that's what we wanted to do, we would.
But it's temporary by nature. Happiness is temporary by nature.
Yep. So that means you can't just do one thing. Like a guy can be like, well, you know, I want my woman to again greet me at the door on her knees. She does that, so that makes him happy. But then for a while after that, he's gonna, hey, you know what? Now I want her on her knees, and I want a home cooked meal. Like it's going to change.
I think we all have to do something different. When our women hit menopause, we're gonna have to be prepared to do other things to make our women happy. So it's coming. Mine ain't old enough, but when she get there, I'm preparing myself to do other things.
I've dealt with it before, Darwin, and when I tell you that I wouldn't wish that shit on my worst enemy. Like, yeah, whatever man in these spaces you think I hate the most, I wouldn't wish that on him or his daddy. Like dealing with a woman going through that shit, dog.
I just
hate the most, Derek.
Hold on, y'all. Because I think Toy wanted to say something before. Then we're gonna go ahead, Toy. Go ahead, Toy.
Oh, I was just gonna say the actual definition of happiness is a state of emotional and mental well-being characterized by a positive emotions, deep contentment, and a meaningful sense of purpose. So contentment is within happiness.
Yeah, it's one of the 6 things.
So I think Taker was right. So, she articulated that well.
So I just did some quick research. And I found out psychologists how they break down happiness. They have hedonic happiness, which I think is like hedonism and stuff like that. It says it focuses on pleasure and joy, right here and now. And it's another word I can't even pronounce it. It says eudaimonic happiness, meaning and purpose. It focuses on long-term well-being and human flourishing, right? So those are the 2 different ones that I saw that they focus on. And
now you gonna taught people 2 new words to go misuse and make up when they had these conversations so they can sound smart. Thanks, my nigga.
Damn. Let's go look them up. Get familiar with them.
Yeah, so I think the conversation is pretty much open. Anybody disagree with what I said about? I think the women about just being more delicate with the woman that got to be your wife and kids. I get it, your girlfriend. I'm talking about the mother of your kids. I know a lot of people in the chat had a lot of disagreement with it. I'm just saying, like, especially black men, man. Our women are catching it in the healthcare center. We got to be in healthcare industry. We got to be more delicate with our sisters because being mothers and having to compete in the workplace with the white tea women and all these other women, it's just unfair for them. So I think more black men become more financially literate and take care of their women.
I can't get down with it.
Darwin, before I push back and give JR this clip, let me ask you something before I respond. Are you saying that men need to treat the mothers of their children with the same type of reverence that they do the women they're with currently?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm saying
never mind.
I'm saying a woman that they plan to make a mother out of. I think we need to plan ahead and be more delicate with those women.
Oh, fair.
They're gonna have to go through for us.
All right.
I don't think we do that. I think what we're doing is just shooting up and just wiping the tip off and just walking away, not knowing that she got to go through psychological, biological changes and shit, and she's not really cared for like other races of women. So I think we got to take into account. That's why I said, man, look, treat your woman like, if she gonna lay on that table and push out them babies for you, man, treat her like a queen, bro. And I think if more black men did that with black women, we wouldn't be so up in arms against each other.
Why not just do that?
It starts with being financially literate. As a man, a lot of young men are saying, "Oh man, we all can't be a provider." Yeah, you can. What y'all are doing is y'all are letting the women come into your lifestyle and tell you to double your expenses to compensate for her, when all you need to do is just pay for more toiletries and just fill the pantry up a little bit more. She should be able to comfortably, seamlessly transition into the lifestyle that you already got. And if she can't, you should not be trying to build a fucking family until you can. And a lot of guys are just building a family off the back of a working woman.
I think everybody on here, all the men on here are provider men, right? I think everybody wives don't work.
No, they don't.
I'm a 50-50 guy, bro. And I live off my woman.
Whatever. Like, so as I'm saying, all these guys are provider men, right? So I think we that's the way that we choose to live our lives. However, I'm not one of those guys that's going to tell people like that if you don't have the money to take care of your entire family by yourself, that don't do it. I'm not one of those guys. Like a lot of our parents
make a family if you can't take care of it.
Yeah. I don't agree with that. I think that a lot of our parents and a lot of people all across the world, like, you do it and you figure it out. So
I think that's fucked up. I think that's what the cancer is, especially in Black community. Do it and figure it out. That's the cancer that's plaguing us.
Sure. Just allow me to finish it real quick, right? Because if we doing it at that rate, then people are not gonna be having kids till they 35, 40, right?
No,
like,
I disagree.
A lot of people don't hit their financial stride a lot of times until they're in their 30s.
Why? There's a reason why though.
Regardless, okay.
No, that's the problem. We can't say they just don't hit it and just leave that unchecked. Okay, because that's the fundamental issue that's causing us to prolong building families. Yeah. So you got young men that's coming out of unstable households that say, "Oh, the military is not for everybody," when that's actually an option. You can start building a family as a fucking private. If you can't go to college, but you got people that go send these young men and these young women into college to take on a student loan debt that they ain't never probably gonna pay off. And then they gotta build a family on top of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. And most of them don't even work in the field that they studied in.
Are you were saying to build a family in the military? That's what you're saying? We're saying,
yeah, if you can't get an inheritance, my kids ain't gonna get an inheritance. They can start building families as soon as they find a mate. Yeah, I'm saying most of us are disenfranchised. We can't build a family because we can't financially provide for a family. But like you said, people are just shooting it up and saying deal with it later. I think that's what's plaguing our community specifically. I think we need to be more financially literate and actually plan having building a family. And it starts with the man. Yeah, because the woman is going to tell you she going to lay down for you. A woman innately is wired to allow a man to submit to a man and have his way in these cases. But it's on us as men to say, you know what, we're not going to do it this way. We're not going to start building a family. We might be able to be together, but popping out these kids when I can't take care of the family is fucking insane.
I agree with that.
Hold on. So I understand your point, but I think your point is more so insane, right? So the idea of like don't do it unless you can take care of the entire family. I do think that's ridiculous, because it's like, all right, let's say you have the kid, right? You find a woman that you love, right? And this is the one person you want to spend your life with, right? And y'all have the kid. You saying that they're not going to figure it out, or they're going to be homeless or something like that?
I think you got to misconstrue. I think you put the cart before the horse.
Okay.
You can't have a kid unless you had a woman first, right?
Yeah.
So I think when y'all two come together and cohabitate, or y'all get married or whatever, I think living under one salary is key. People try to exhaust both salaries, and they end up living paycheck to paycheck. When if you make 50, 60, or 70,000, live under 70,000. Don't try to live under 70 and 70 and then exhaust it, and then you try to bring kids in there. Now you gotta it's just not working. Like, that's why most people are living paycheck to paycheck, because you don't allow your woman to come into your lifestyle and just live under one salary. And if you want to have a kid, then you expand your salary by doing more work, getting promoted, or taking on a better job that's going to pay it. Not just lumping kids in there and saying, well, now you got to go to work. Yeah. Because now you got to outsource daycare. Now you got to put the kids at risk. Yeah. Because if you look, last time I checked, daycare centers is not really doing the best with your kids. I think they even put a camera on one of the kids' hair and saw the daycare woman slapping the fucking kid around. But that's one case. I'm just not saying it's one of the
down.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that your woman can be the nurturer. And then the studies show that most women would rather stay home.
Yeah.
So just to ask you, would you rather your son to be a provider or dependent upon a woman's paycheck?
I want him to be a provider,
and would you tell your daughter to marry a man who she had to help financially support?
So when you say it like that, I think it's you're not purposely being disingenuous, right? So when you say
it's a simple, straightforward question.
Yeah, I got you. When you say a man that you have to help financially support, you're implying that you have to support him and not help support each other, right?
Yeah.
If a woman is,
what's your primary role? What do we always say on here? Provide and protect.
What I want my daughter to go into a relationship where she has to help pitch in and be a helpmate for a little bit or a certain period of time for that man to build himself and for him to build his family. Absolutely, that's perfectly fine with me, right? But the idea of of course, I would never tell her go help support a man. That sounds ridiculous. That's a completely different scenario.
So her boyfriend can't be a 40-year-old rapper?
No, I don't want that.